Alrighty, babe. What do we got next?
We've got a rocker for a Mini Cooper.
A rocker what?
I don't know.
Rocker cover.
Rocker cover.
Yeah. Okay, rocker cover for a Mini Cooper. Let's have a look, eh? Rip her open. Well, at Parts Factory Australia, we have this available to be purchased. I think they're 118 bucks with free express postage anywhere in Australia. Hey, babe, how good's that?
So good.
Oh, yeah, I mean,
Very
honestly, I bet you can't guess right now how much Mini would charge you for that part.
Like 400 bucks?
Try 1,000.
Oh my god.
800, and I bet you'd even have to wait a couple months to get it. Guys,
nice.
Parts Factory Australia stocks it ready to go. Click the title of the video, link will drop down, and you can get these high quality parts delivered directly to your door. Alrighty, let's fly down the back and throw her on a Mini. Alright, let's go! Guys, I just wanted to quickly let you know that Southport Wreckers has actually allowed us to use all of their wrecking cars. Don't know if you can see clearly, but we're surrounded by over 1,000 cars, and basically all they've asked me to do is let you know that if you're in the market for a used petrol or diesel engine, check them out, southportwreckers.com. Link will be in the bio. Alrighty guys, so we're down here at the Mini Cooper, but we just noticed that we brought the late model rocker cover, and this is the early model car. So this is not the sample for that one, but we're still gonna go ahead and do the video because realistically, it's exactly the same procedure. It's just gonna look a little different, so I know you're gonna work it out, guys. We have the 11 to 17 rocker cover, so if you're in the market for that, click the link in the bottom. We do not have this one as of yet, but hey, if you're here to watch the video, you can still watch how to do this one as well, because as I said, it's the same setup. So yeah, it's gonna show you how to do it the proper way. Alrighty guys, let's get into it. What we have is this.
Monkey.
Right, so we're on this early model Mini. First things first, we're gonna get this core pack off the top, get it out of our way. It's a 10mm bolt, or 4 of them rather. I'm gonna loosen them off. 1, 2, 1 back over here, 3, and 4. Now on that other Mini, the other model you might be working on, you won't have a core block, you'll actually have individual packs, so pop each one up and out of your way. So now we're just gonna pull these little coils out of this rocker. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now the core pack will pop up, undo your wiring loom. Just press the plug in and hopefully it'll just pop off. Like so. And put our core pack out of the way. We've got our little wiring loom here, which just sticks on this 2 little 13mm. It does look like it's going to have to come out of the way, so you just pull that plastic back there, 1, and hopefully this one does the same thing, just pops off nice and easy. Yep, there you go. So it pops out of the way like that, you see, and you can actually just leave it there like that. So that, oh yeah, that's just a little seal, so that can just be pulled out of here. Popping all these little cables and plugs out of the way. It looks like we've got, if you have a look here, a little plastic, can you see that? Nice. You got a little plastic thing that covers up a bolt, so that's gonna have to come off. It's looking like it's just gonna pull off with a little screwdriver, so just put a little screwdriver in there and pop that up. I'll give that a try now. Yep, so as I said, that just pops up and out of the way. We're going to stick that just here so we don't lose anything. Now, the final step, guys, before we undo all the little 8mm, is this little vacuum hose, which goes into your little manifold there. Now, of course, as you can imagine, you need a pair of pliers to do that. Adjustable pliers, such as these. You can cruise in and just crimp down on that alligator clip, and then you can just twist that hose and that pipe will just gently pull off like so. Don't hurt your hands. Done that a few times. You can pop the hose just like that, and now you can see that all we need to do is undo all the 8 mils around the edge and pop the rocker cover up and out of the way. You grab your little 8 mil coarse spline. You're going to need a little extension and then your 8 mil. I'm going to start over here. Alrighty guys, so hopefully you've done all of the 8 mils around the edge of the rocker cover. It's now time to pry our rocker cover off. If it doesn't lift off straight away, oh look at that, mine's already ready to come off, that's good. You can now just pop it up a bit on one side, come over here. It should be extremely gentle. There should be no reason to force this, guys. It might be a little sticky, but if it ain't wiggling, something's still done up. So go back over your bolts again. Guys, look at that. Nice and easy. The whole thing's come off. And if you look under there, the rocker cover is doing its purpose. It's keeping all the top of the body, top of the valve bodies and whatnot clean and tidy, which is exactly what it's intended to do. You got your old rocker cover. Hopefully by now, you've ordered your new one. It's sitting in front of you. You've got a brand new gasket. And look at that, we've even got a clean surface for the gasket to go back on. Nobody's put any blue goo or whatnot on that surface. And you've got your new part, so it's all ready to go back on. But other than that, guys, you use a little rag, wipe all the oil and all the residue, keeping everything clean and tidy. Guys, if you need to do half of a job today, you need to put your rocker cover back on tomorrow, etc, etc. Cover this up with a rag, make sure there's no dirt that gets inside your engine. We all know why that's a problem. And if you don't, do a quick Google search. Guys, it's now time for us to put our rocker cover back on. As you can already tell, guys, this is a used motor. It's not going to be back on the road. So I'm not going to be putting a new gasket and whatnot. You'll have to, etc, etc. Obviously, line up your gasket in your rocker cover so that it's got a nice clean seal around the edge. And as you already realize, rocker cover back up the correct direction, drop it back into place, making sure all your surfaces are nice and clean, no dirt's dropped in there, etc, etc. Wiggle it until all the bolts line up nice. That's it there. And it's time to do the exact same procedure, but in reverse. Got your 8 mils. We're gonna not do any of them up tight until half of them are, or all of them rather, are half done up. Almost all the way to the edge, if you know what I mean. Now guys, most mechanics are going to tell you that rocker covers need to be torqued to spec. So before you get your torque wrench out, cruise on the internet and type in Mini Cooper rocker cover torque specs. It'll most likely tell you something like 12 newton meters. Set your gun to 12 newton meters, or set your bar to 12 newton meters. Go around the edge until it goes, and that's how you tighten them to spec. Guys, let's put the rest back together. Of course, we know how to do that because we pull it all apart. We've got a little hose up here which just seemed to slot in like that. I feel like that might be a broken part, but as I said, it's not required for me to fix that today. If yours is broken, go ahead and order those parts because you're going to need them. Now your fuel injectors might have popped out, so I'm going to pop all the little wires back in all the way along, and then of course pop that little plastic shroud back in. Now we had our little vacuum hose to our throttle body. I'm going to put that back on, and we're going to use our little pliers to bring forward that alligator clamp, just here, bringing it forward to exactly where it was last time, just like so. Now, don't forget your coil pack. Oh, and remember our little thing we had to pry off that holds all those cables. You can just push them back on and then put all the cables back into place. You got this wiring loom here, a fuel cable there, etc, etc. I'm sure you guys are going to be able to work all that out nice and easy. Everything's all back into place. Of course, this car's already half apart, so you just ignore that. I'm sure yours is much cleaner. Little seals and whatnot. If you've knocked anything off, just put them all back into place. Now you got your main plug in your coil pack. Plug that back in firmly. Find out which way this goes. I think it went like that. You'll tell straight away based on the length of these little cables. If required, guys, rewind the video and have a look which plugs came out of which holes, etc, etc. I could be making mistakes that do not follow this part of the video. I'm just demonstrating what it might look like to be complete. Popping all these back in. I feel like this is not correct, so go back to the start of the video and re-watch where all those were. But of course, we all remember our last 4 10 mils. Tightening them down to spec. 1, 2, 3, and 4, guys. And that is how you replace a rocker cover on a Mini Cooper. Now, I wanted to point something out, guys. A mechanic is going to charge you 2 hours labor just to do that job, and we've done it the quick and effective way in about 20 minutes. Now, take your time when you're doing this job. Follow each steps very closely, making sure you listen to each individual detail that I reminded you about. That way, you don't make any mistakes, you don't get any dirt in there, etc, etc, etc. And most of all, the most important thing, there's no oil leaks around the outside of the rocker cover. Tightening to spec evenly, point to point, like that, so it goes down smooth and flush. Okay guys, thanks for watching. If you have enjoyed this video, make sure to give a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel if you can. And if you are interested in these parts, check out the link in the bio, nice and straightforward. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.